Today I'm gonna give you some of the secrets that we've used to develop these brands, some of the content marketing strategies that we've used, and just all across the board marketing campaign tactics that you can use to scale your real estate plan. Whether you're a real estate agent, developer, it doesn't matter. These techniques can transform the way that your business scales and grows this year. It will impact your bottom line. It will affect the perception of your brand to the general public. It will attract more leads, more sales, and more revenue to the top of your sales funnel, in turn creating more profits for you as a business if you incorporate and integrate these things the right way. The top 7 secrets to scaling your real estate marketing plan in 2022. Let's go.
Ain't nobody holding me, big wave at your short line so they know it's me. Babe boy from the cold seas, nitro with a new pen, go at ISO, tell them don't reach. Ice cold with it, no fleece.
Welcome to INDIRAP.
More important than anything is tightening up your branding. We are all a brand. You are all a brand. The whole I'm just going to be a real estate agent and field phone calls, it's over with, it's dead, okay? And it may work for you now, but if you want to scale and you want to continue to compete with the new agents and new developers and new real estate brands coming into the market that are utilizing these techniques, you got to step your game up. So how do you do that? Well, it's really about identifying who your target audience and demographic is and making sure that you market to them. If you're looking for younger buyers, if you're looking for people that, can afford $1 million condo, if you're looking for somebody that can buy a $10 million home, you have to make sure that your marketing lines up with these things, right? Because if you're new in the game and you're looking to go after people that have $10 million to spend, right? If they want to buy a $10 million condo or penthouse, and they go to your website and your website's trash, your branding's trash, you got a bad headshot, which I'll get into later, the likelihood of you getting that listing or selling that unit go down the tubes, right? Because perception is everything. You see what these other brands are putting out there. Your buyers, your sellers, the people that are giving you these listings are also seeing this. Doesn't matter if you're selling $10 million homes, $500,000 homes, regardless. Again, you have to identify who your buyers are, who your sellers are. What is the audience that you're going after? And ask yourself, does your marketing line up? Does your branding line up? Does it speak to these people? If you're going after millennial buyers, does your marketing speak to them or does it speak to someone else? Right? If you're going for retirees that are looking to retire down in Naples, does your marketing speak to these people? Or is it a throwback to the 90s and the 80s? Does your website look like trash? You have to ask yourself, who are you as a brand? Who is your company as a brand? Does the logo, do the colors, do the images, does the brand voice, does the look, vibe, and feel of you online, you across all your social channels, you as a whole, does it line up with those people and does it speak to those people you're going after? You have to be honest with yourself. If it does not line up with that, you have to make those changes across the board. You have to brand yourself. You have to be attractive. People do business with people they like, and people do business with brands. Think about the most successful agents or the most successful developers in your area. 9 times out of 10, they have built great brands that are easily identifiable from afar. They are a brand, they are a whole brand experience, a whole world that you get to enter as a buyer or a seller. As someone who's going to buy a $10 million house, I want to go in and see that experience with XYZ developer. Or this developer, I love how they build these amazing wide hallways, right? These are little seeds that are planted across their marketing and sales materials that are forever remembered by their target audience, by those buyers or by those sellers. And if you want to be successful and if you want to create, think about how you can do that. What do you want your audience to walk away from when they experience your brand online, when they first see you, when they first come across your social, when they first come across your website? Are they going to walk away thinking what you want them to think? Or are they going to walk away with a bad taste and potentially go work with your competition because you were missing one of those few ingredients that they had and you didn't? So again, tighten up your branding. It's super clutch because nothing else matters in marketing if your branding's off. If your brand voice is off and you're attracting the wrong type of people, if you're looking to sell $1 million homes and you're attracting people that are looking for $250,000, $150,000 homes, your branding might be off. I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face because I've been doing this forever. We've used it to grow brands day in and day out, year after year after year. You need foundational video content for any brand there is. Real estate agent, developer, investor, multifamily, industrial warehouses, it doesn't matter. Video will help you get your point across 10 times faster, 80 times faster, 1,000 times faster than any other form of marketing there is. Why does it do that? It is because it is the fastest and most succinct way to give someone the perfect presentation every time. It is the best way to put your wonderful face, your wonderful voice, all of the great things that you do, all of the value that you add to the client, the reasons why you're better than the competition, and put that all into 30, 60, 90 seconds, 2 minutes into a video, put it all across the internet, and watch those leads come in like clockwork. A video will also give you the absolute best return on investment to any other marketing material on the planet. You can use it for years to come. You don't have to run it for 6 months and pay $1 million to this ad campaign or to this billboard or to this bus bench where they're gonna draw a fucking mustache on your face. You can use it as many times as you'd like. You can put it in your email signatures. You can use it at the trade shows. You can run paid ads with it. You can put it on your website. You can put it on your social. You can do whatever you want. You can send it to your mom. Make her smile, whatever works. If you don't have foundational video content for your business in 2022, you will get lapped by your competition if you haven't already. Even the commercial real estate guys are on the bandwagon. And we all know that when commercial real estate's doing it, the jig's up, everybody knows, right? It's not just residential real estate anymore. It's not just developers. Everyone in real estate can use video content to scale your brand. Whether you are looking to get more buyers to buy into your pre-construction luxury condo project where you're selling $2 to $5 to $10 million condos in downtown Chicago, whether you're looking to sell land plots along the waterfront in Florida to people that want to buy $10 million spec homes. On top of that, everyone on your team can use it. Everyone in your organization, from sales to marketing to operations to your ad team, they can take this piece of content, chop it up, and put it out there for everyone to see. Scaling your brand day to day to day, growing your brand awareness, putting your wonderful, pretty face out there for everyone to see, and attracting those buyers and sellers into your pipeline with ease. If you don't have video content, you gotta get it. Don't play yourself. Everybody likes getting their picture taken, but everybody also forgets to update your photography over the years. Get an updated lifestyle and headshot photography shoot for your brand, for your team. And you're not just doing it to get your pretty picture taken, because I know, yes, we all like to get our picture taken, but you can use these assets across your entire marketing ecosystem online, right? I hope you're still not walking around, or I hope you still don't have a website with a photo from you from the 90s standing next to a horse. I hope that you still don't have a photo of yourself with that Jersey Shore haircut that you took back in 2010, 2012. It is extremely important to keep yourself updated, looking good, and putting your best face forward in many ways across your marketing sales funnel. When people are Googling and looking for a real estate agent or a developer to work with, although you might have the best track record possible, maybe you've sold $100, $200, $300, $400 million, $700 million in real estate, but they may see that photo that may make them think twice. And why give them that option? Take a wonderful photo, go hire a professional photographer, put your best face forward. Have your team looking good. There's nothing worse than going and looking at someone's website and going and looking at a team, and you got a new person that just graduated college and you got a picture that, you know, they took that picture at the party last night, right? Everybody else is looking like this and looking like this and looking professional, but then you got the one with the party hat. Get everything looking cohesive and professional and represent your brand right. Photo is a very important element of this. The same way you go and spend, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on marketing a $10 million property, getting professional real estate photos for every single property that you use and market. Those are great photos. Once that house is sold, what do you do with them? Exactly. With a headshot, with good team photography, with good lifestyle photography, you can use that forever. You can remix it, you can use it for social, you can put it on your About Us page, you can put it on your Google listing, put it everywhere. Put your best face forward. Image counts. Image counts more in 2022 than ever before. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's very important that you represent yourself right and that you look nice. Get a professional lifestyle headshot photo shoot and represent yourself right across the internet. Number 4, and this is a big one, and this is one that I see so many people fail at. You gotta ice out your website. You gotta ice out your social handles. I don't like to see an agent with this exact same website as every other agent from a brokerage or every other agent in the city, right? Because again, go back to point 1, having a brand. What differentiates you from everyone else? What's memorable about your brand? What's memorable about your presentation? And a lot of you out there have the one-pager website that you got when you started at your brokerage. And then you're out here creating all this branded video content, you're shooting photos and all that, but there's no one central place to host it and represent yourself the right way. You gotta look at a video as it is your digital brick and mortar. If you were to go and open a store and base it all around your business, your brand, your team, envision how that would look. I guarantee you it would not just be an empty store with a couple of signs sitting around it. Enter, come in here, buy now. No, you would have videos, you would make it interactive, you would have photos, you would have example listings, you would have all these things that encapsulates who you are, the properties you represent, the buyers and sellers you represent, your brand experience, all of these things. This is what a website's supposed to be for. It's not just a www.lookatmenow.com address. It is a place for you to centralize all great information, all value that you bring to the table, to centralize who you are as a team, who you are as a developer, what properties you're building, what this new development's going to look like. And for a lot of people looking to buy or sell, again, this is the first impression. Do you look like you're worthy of me buying a $65 million house from you? Or does it look like you spent $3,000 for little Jimmy to build his website and you cheaped out on it? So if you cheaped out on your website, why would I spend money on a $65 million condo with you? Or a $6 million condo or a $600,000 house? Your website looks crazy. Don't cheap out on your website. Again, think of it as your brick and mortar. Take yourself out of your own shoes and think about client and what they're gonna think. Does your website represent you the best? Or do you just look like another Joe Blow realtor? What makes you special? A good way to make a great first impression and to show that you're special is your website. And there's so many things and ways to freak a website to showcase the fact that you're better than the rest of the competition. You know, especially if you're really good at your job, especially if you create a premium product. There's so many different things that can make a website interactive or visually engaging and drive people to buy, drive people through the sales process, and drive people to buy from you. It's an extremely important part of marketing strategy and marketing campaigns, but a lot of people forget about it. If you want to one-up the competition, if you want to be the best in your market, if you want to dominate your market, step your game up, update your website, and kill the game. Social media, everybody's favorite, right? But nobody knows what the hell they're doing. I see a lot of random social media going out there. You're trying, last year you tried the podcast, this year you tried to like testimonial quotes, you tried posting all the properties, and some of you just went and start posting random properties from different properties around the world, but none of that's really working. A, you have to figure out what works for you. B, I would say identify 3 to 4 content buckets and stick to it. For some of you, that might be explaining things throughout the buying and selling process, creating reels, creating TikToks that explain to people in a fun and engaging way how things work throughout the buying and selling process, how things work in these new condos that are coming out, and how the smart home features work throughout each one. Some of you might be really big on client experience and client testimonials. How do you showcase these things the absolute best way? You get clients to say things about you on camera and reels and YouTube videos and take that and sprinkle it throughout your marketing campaigns and marketing strategy and sales funnels. For some of you, it might be based around architecture and interior design and walking through different properties and showcasing what makes these the most amazing places on the market. Why is this marble the absolute best piece of marble there is? Where it came from? Why is this molding the absolute best? This view right here and what comes with it. The transportation in the neighborhood and access to restaurants and things like that. Walking around. You might be built to do that. Those are just a few examples, but before just going and posting random content out there, because this is what happens when you post random content and people go and discover you on social, a lot of the times you end up looking super rando. right? You're just random, scatterbrain. It's like, what's the point here? What are you really doing? And another thing is like, a lot of people try to do the cheap content, but you're trying to market an extremely expensive property, right? Or you're trying to go after, super sophisticated and luxury buyers that are looking to buy $3, $4, $5 million homes in Lincoln Park. If you're marketing $3, $4, $5 million homes and you got a random social handle, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, that's just you putting out rando stuff, it just doesn't look good. What is the focus? What are you really trying to accomplish? And the real way to laser focus what you're doing is to come up with content buckets. You have to do this. And all these are focuses for your content on an ongoing basis. It could be property tours, it could be your podcast, it could be your client testimonials, it could be you talking about certain neighborhoods, it could be you talking to clients, it could be you talking about yourself, it could be you talking about this new listing. But stick to those 4. Don't just go and put the rando stuff out there, because what you're doing is you're confusing your audience. You're confusing potential buyers and sellers. If you really want to make it easier, so social does not have to be so complicated. Just keep it consistent. Keep it, and when I say consistent, you got to be posting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, every day. You got to stay in front of people, because when you're not in front of people, guess who's in front of your people? Your competition, right? So you want to stay top of mind, and the way to do that is to be consistent, which I'll get to later. And number 2, you have to be predictable at some level in terms of what your audience can expect. Because when you post random stuff, and I get sick of seeing your random stuff, I'm gonna unfollow you because it's boring and you're driving me nuts with this nasty content that I'm interested in. It has nothing to do with the brand that I originally followed or liked, and I'm out. Tighten up your social, get some content buckets, and make it happen. Everybody forgets monetization and distribution. You could have the most amazing Ferrari in the world, but if it's sitting in your garage with 3 wheels, nobody sees it, you can't drive it. Who cares? It doesn't that defeat the whole purpose? It's the same thing with content. If you went and you spent $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 last year on your video content, and you look back and say, what did you really do with the content, right? You put it on Facebook and you put it on YouTube, and it really wasn't optimized. It's just sitting there. That is not distribution. If you want to sell a product in Whole Foods, you want to get on as many shelves as humanly possible as a brand, right? If you're selling granola, if you're selling fruit snacks, if you're selling almond milk to go with that, then you're selling something in the frozen food aisle. The more shelves that you are on in Walmart or Whole Foods, the more opportunity that somebody's gonna buy your product, and that's how you scale your brand as a supplier of food or whatever, almond milk. As a business professional, as someone that creates content on an ongoing basis, you have to look at it the same way. Where are you putting your content? Where is it living? Is it in places where your customers are? You gotta meet people where they are. Right? If your client base is on LinkedIn, that's where you need to be. If they're on TikTok, that's where they need to be. If they're on YouTube, where everybody is, it's the 2nd largest search engine behind Google, that is where you need to be. And you have to continuously distribute and put your content there. And that's not just posting content, monetizing your content. Take that brand video that you did with yourself and your team, and you went and shot at this house, you went and shot at the park, and you got dressed up and you changed and you look real good, you got your hair and your makeup done, you did the ocean view. Take that video, chop it up, and turn it into a paid ad. Because when you take a piece of content and you turn it into a paid ad, what you're really doing is putting wheels on a Ferrari. You can literally pick the audience, pick where you want to place this, pick the platform, and put $1,000, $10,000, $20,000 behind it, and get that piece of content in front of as many eyes as you'd like. You can actually pick how many people will see your content every day, how many impressions it'll make. And you can track this, and you can optimize the creative, you can optimize your campaigns, and you can scale your brand better than any other form of just posting, right? It'd be great to post organically and get 1 million views, but most of us, most agents, most developers, you don't have an audience like that, right? You don't have 1 million people subscribed to your YouTube channel. You don't have 1,000 people. So what better way than to get your content in front of it than to pay? You gotta pay to play. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Because most people aren't. Most agents, most developers don't know how to run paid ad campaigns. They just don't. They're still sending out Facebook ad, or they're handing out brochures and they're doing open houses. If I take a paid ad, I will blow all of that out of the water, and so can you, because you can control exactly who sees your content. Yeah, it's 2022. Come on, man. You got to go digital. You got to get in front of people. Paid ads is the way to go, and you got to make sure you distribute your content in multiple places. Be consistent. I say this all the time, but for most people, it's the hardest thing. You get started, you start creating content, you start taking some pictures, and then a month goes by, and then it's like, did nothing change? Nothing's going to change for you in a month. Nothing's going to change for you in 2 or 3 months. Marketing and creating content, it is a marathon like you've never seen, because the algorithms are always changing. The types of content that your clients want is always changing. The outlets, these distribution channels, these monetization channels, ads, they're constantly changing. How do I know? Because I run ads every day. I've been running ads for the past 10 years for INDIRAP and for my brand, right? Across every platform you can dream of. And every Monday when we have our sales and marketing meeting, we are pivoting. We are analyzing all the data, and we are looking at this stuff and pivoting every month, making it better. And this is just how it goes. You have to get started, and you just have to keep going. The same way that you do outreach, the same way that you do prospecting, you have to market your brand. You have to market like your business depends on it. And when you start doing that and you see the snowball effect that content will have for your brand and your business. When you start getting people coming through your book now form or your contact form, they're like, yo, I saw you on YouTube. For us, we put the like, how'd you hear about us, right? And for a long time, it was like, okay, we from Google keyword campaigns and things like that. When we started shooting content and creating for a while, we might get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people to reach out that saw a YouTube video a week. And guess what? That didn't cost us any money. That just cost us the time to build up our search engine ranking on YouTube versus Google keywords, where you got to pay per click. Again, the benefits of branding yourself, the benefits of having a consistent content marketing campaign, the consistency of having a manicured social. I'm talking about taking your brand to a whole nother level and dominating the market, dominating your competition. Get over whatever fears you have, whether it be getting in front of the camera or putting yourself out there or just getting out of your comfort zone. If you really want to change the game, if you really want to take your business and your brand to the next level, be consistent, don't stop. And your life will change. Your business will change. Your bottom line will change. I promise you. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, comment, hit the notification bell. If you want to take your branding and marketing to the next level, if you want to work with the absolute best in the game, hit us up, INDIRAP.com. Email me directly, Julian@INDIRAP.com. Until next time, peace. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.